Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of the 2026 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division Town Championship game. Today's contest pits two teams that have been among the best in Brookline Youth Baseball Major A throughout this 2026 season, the Orioles and the Cubs. The Orioles coming out of the winner's bracket in this one. If they win this game, they are your 2026 BYB Major A champions. If the Cubs coming out of the loser's bracket win this one, then they force a do-or-die game tomorrow, weather pending, as this is a double elimination tournament. Cubs have lost once, Orioles have not lost yet. So that's the situation. Should make for a heck of a game, and I'm happy to say I'm not alone in bringing this game to you. Joining me as my color commentator for today, a sophomore at Brookline High School and an aspiring young broadcaster himself, Sam Lowenstein. Sam, thank you for joining me today.
Pleasure to be on for this game, Jesse, here in the Major A championship game. If the Orioles win this game, they win the championship. It's a double elimination playoff tournament, so if the Cubs win this game, these two teams would play yet again for one more to decide the champion.
All right, let's take a look real quick as they're getting ready to warm up in the field. Orioles will be the home team today, as they are the team essentially with the better playoff record so far. So let's go through the starting lineups for these two teams today. We'll mention names, jersey numbers, and starting field positions, although there will be a lot of field position changing over the course of this Little League game. Starting with the Cubs, leading off for the Cubs today, the second baseman, number 21, Luca Fernandez. Batting second and starting on the mound for the Cubs, number 9, Tyler New. Batting third and playing third, number 31, Gabriel Jaffe. Batting cleanup and playing shortstop, number 13, Mason Savage. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 22, Evan Shapiro. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 8, Rosalie Hermos. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 6, Cole Yajnik. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 7, Ko Hangai. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 2, Oliver Huffman. Batting 10th, starting on the bench, number 11, Arya Patel. And shout out to one injured Cubs player who unfortunately not able to play today, number 12, Jonah Ruhanaford. That is the starting lineup for the Cubs. Now, as we see the Orioles warming up in the field, let's go through the starting lineup for the Orioles. Leading off for the Orioles, the center fielder, number 11, Dawson Ziegler. Batting second, the first baseman, number 24, Jaden Lau. Batting third and starting on the hill for the Orioles, number 9, Kieran Regan. Batting cleanup, the shortstop, number 13, Naveed Sorabi. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 22, Ben Danford. Batting sixth, the right fielder, also wearing number 13, but he's also wearing shades today, Jerry Zhang. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 7, Kalin Ko. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Junyu Wang. Starting on the bench, Dax Hegelson. And then the catcher, number 34, Grayson Stein. And then starting on the bench, number 12, Davey Mello. So that is the starting lineup for the Orioles today. Like we said, the Cubs will be starting us off. Here is the away team on the scoreboard here in the top of the first. Leading off for the Cubs, number 21, Luca Fernandez. For the Orioles, Kieran Regan getting the start on the mound. We'll likely see a lot of changes at various positions throughout today, but, you know, pitchers will go until they're pulled. Those of you that watched the All-Star Game live stream, you know there was a lot of changes of pitchers as well, but I believe in a non-All-Star game like this, you can keep a pitcher in as long as he needs to be in. And fans, if there's anything you'd like to say throughout this broadcast, could be as simple as go Orioles or go Cubs. Could be a shout out to a specific player. Maybe you're watching a family member or a friend. You want to give them a shout out in the live chat here on YouTube. If you want to let us know where it is you're tuning in from, that can sometimes be fun to hear about people tuning in from different states or even different countries with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world. And then on the more important side, if you notice anything wrong with the stream technically, with the video, with the audio, anything, we encourage you to speak up and say something in the live chat. And then also, if I am messing up the pronunciation of any of the players' names, don't hesitate. Speak up and correct me. I want to do these young athletes the basic honor and respect of saying their names correctly. So don't hesitate to correct me if I am not. Again, all those kinds of things can be said in the live chat here on YouTube. I'll be checking it periodically throughout the action. You can also send me an email if you're not able to access the live chat here on YouTube or you're not comfortable with it. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. All right, looks like we're set up and about ready to get this one underway. It is the 2026 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Town Championship, Orioles versus Cubs. First pitch of the ball game is fouled off for strike one. This is Luca Fernandez at the plate facing Kieran Regan.
Really solid job there by Regan to establish the strike zone with the fastball. Regan with a 0.632 ERA during the regular season.
Misses that one inside for ball one.
And Regan definitely the kind of guy that can establish things. The key is just going to be hitting the strike zone.
Hard chopper here to third, fielded well, thrown across the infield. A 5-3 ground out for out number one, well executed by Kalin Ko at third.
Really nice job by him. On-time throw, well fielded as he's able to get it to the first baseman, Jaden Lau.
Now batting for the Cubs, number 9, Tyler New, as he takes strike one. It is pitcher against pitcher and number 9 against number 9 here in the top of the first.
And a good low and away fastball by Regan to start it.
That one going to miss a little too low and away for ball one.
Going to a similar spot, though. Smart pitching from him.
Inside, ball two there.
Trying to work him off the plate a little bit. Change things up.
2-1 the count to Tyler New as he lines one into center. That's going to drop in. And, oh, the center fielder juggled it. He fell down. And New taking advantage, hustling down to second, has to hustle back to make sure he doesn't overrun it. Call that a single and a one-base error for Tyler New.
Man, really nice job by New. Both a pitcher and a shortstop. His preferred position is actually shortstop. Really a five-tool guy. Jesse, he can pitch, he can field, and he just got a really nice hit there.
And now with a runner at second and one out for the Cubs, up comes number 31, Gabe Jaffe. First pitch, pops it up, shallow left, charging in, cannot get there in time, and New takes off for third. Dropped kind of in no man's land there by Jaffe, and now runners at the corners for the Cubbies with one out.
Just a really solid job there by Jaffe to drive it out to left field, just in front of the left fielder. Not much he could do about it. It would have been a difficult play.
Now batting number 13, Mason Savage. That's a check swing foul. That'll be strike one. Big opportunity for the Cubs here as a base hit to the outfield or even a fly out to the outfield would likely score a run with a runner at third. As he sliced that one foul for strike 2. Got to watch out for a potential ground ball to the infield, though. With a runner at first and 1 out, a double play could end the inning without allowing any runs to come in.
100%, but I must say this Cubs team has been very impressive. They've done a really good job in the first inning making contact.
That one going to miss, and there goes the double play as Jaffe is going to take second unopposed on that one. Pitch itself was a high ball 1.
Well, Mason Savage, you're a home run hitter. He's hit a couple this year.
Oh, but then he hits into a double play. Oh, how about the highlight-worthy snag from Junyu Wang to rob the Cubs in the first inning.
Man, Jesse, what a catch by Wang. Went down there to grab it. He robs the power hitter of a hit to get out of the inning.
I had just finished saying that Jaffe had taken away the potential of a double play ball by stealing second, and I spoke too soon. The 4 unassisted double play by Junyu Wang ends the inning without a run allowed. Clutch play at second to start us off, and now the top of the Orioles order will be coming up with some defensive momentum going their way. It'll be Ziegler, Lau, and Regan due up.
Really solid stuff in the first inning shown by both of these teams, though, Jesse. Definitely on the side of the Orioles. Good contact, and by the Cubs, what a play in the field to end it.
We got our first notes in the live chat. Randall Jaffe watching live appropriately from the Chicago area, Skokie, Chicago, Illinois, as he's cheering on Gabe Jaffe and the Cubs. And then Paco Gums 7 saying, nice you, referring, of course, to Junyu Wang for that huge double play, catch, and tag of the bag. We'll see if the Orioles can turn that into some offensive momentum, as it'll be Dawson Ziegler, Jaden Lau, and Kieran Regan coming up in the bottom half of the inning. They'll be facing off against Tyler New, the Cubs pitcher.
Definitely as the Orioles begin to come into play, but I'd like just to take a moment to appreciate Arlen Shostak, the head coach of the Orioles. He's been coaching for over 50 years here in BYB. Just really incredible stuff.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I know we're celebrating 250 years for the country this year, but Arlen last year getting to that half century being involved in Brookline youth baseball. You know, what a special guy, an absolute fixture. Him and his late great father, Nathan Pops Shostak, for whom the annual All-Star Game of Brookline youth baseball is named. Here we go, starting the bottom of the first. Leading off, number 11, Dawson Ziegler. First pitch from New, going to miss high and away, ball 1.
Solid fastball from New, just trying to work it up and away there to Ziegler.
Ziegler pops this one up, tracking it around second base. It is caught by the shortstop, Mason Savage, for out number 1.
Really nice play there by Savage, able to watch it even in the sun with a sound grab.
Now batting 1 out, bases empty. The first baseman, number 24, Jaden Lau. That one catching the low corner for strike 1.
Really good pitch here to set things up here going against Lau.
Takes a high ball 1 there.
Just high and inside, trying to work it around, and Lau this season
takes low and away ball 2.
Takes low and away ball 2, just trying to set things up here. Trying to work the count, good patience from him.
Pops that one down the left field side. It's going to land foul for strike 2. Credit to the Cubs left fielder Ko Hungai for giving chase there, even though he didn't realistically have a chance on that one.
100% here. Lau at the plate showing some solid power. He also is a pitcher for the Orioles, boasting an ERA of 4.615 in the regular season.
This one misses low for ball 3. Lau is a pretty powerful hitter. He won this year's home run derby, the only player to hit a dinger in this year's derby, as he draws a low ball 4 on the payoff pitch, and the Orioles have their first base runner of the day.
And the thing with a powerful hitter like Lau is they can really force pitchers to pitch around them, as seen there with him getting a walk.
Now batting number 9, Kieran Regan, as he takes strike 1. Pitcher against pitcher once again. We saw these two face off in the, with their positions flipped in the top half of the first inning. New getting a single to center, went to second on an error. Left stranded at third as this one bounces through the gap. Good piece of contact there from Kieran Regan. 2 on now for the Orioles.
Regan winning the pitcher battle there. He's been great on the mound this season with his sub-1 ERA, and he does a great job there just to drive it out to left field. Nice line drive hit, so important to get a decent angle out of line spot, preventing flyouts.
Now batting one of the Orioles' 2 number 13s, Naveed Sorabi takes a high ball 1.
Good eye there from Sorabi, not falling for the high fastball.
Regan at first, Lau at second, and that one's going to miss to the outside, ball 2.
Sorabi this season, he said that his favorite highlight of the year was Lau's home run, and he skies one himself.
This one not going to get out of the yard, though. It's going to be caught in foul territory by the Cubs' third baseman, Gabe Jaffe. That'll be out number 2.
Man, Jesse, one thing I've really noticed here in the early game is really solid fielding from both sides, no matter which team it's been, whether it's a catch in the outfield or the infield, or that really nice snag to end the top of the first. Just good job fielding for both of these sides, and it really shows why they're in the Major A championship.
Bit of a brush back on the first pitch there. That'll be a high and inside ball 1, and a brief pickoff attempt at second. Sails briefly into the outfield, but is well backed up, so the runners hold. At the plate for the Orioles is number 22, Ben Danford. Danford lifts it into left, over the left fielder's head and to the wall. The Orioles will strike first here in the town championship. But a dive back to third, and he's safe. Lau in to score. Regan dives back at third, and it's an RBI double for Ben Danford to break things open.
What an absolute shot by Danford, a real power hitter and strong contact hitter during the regular season. He had an average that was .513. Incredible numbers from him, and he continues his success here.
Danford drives in Lau with the double to deep left there, as this one skips in the dirt, but well blocked. Good job by the Cubs catcher, Evan Shapiro. Anything gets past him, it could be another run for the Orioles, with 2 runners now in scoring position. At the plate for the O's, the other number 13, Jerry Zhang.
Well, the Orioles looking to gain momentum here again. If they win this game, they win the championship.
That one fouled off. 1-1 the count.
Zhang hit .333 as his average during the regular season.
That one low, and again, blocked very well by Shapiro. Showing some good blocking ability as a Little League catcher. That is not easy to do.
Shapiro's done a great job in this game.
Sliced foul. 2-2 the count to Zhang here. 1 out, runners at second and third.
Zhang, a pesky hitter at the plate, and that's really a theme in this Orioles team. A lot of high average hitters helping them out.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there from New to limit the damage, but a 2-out RBI double to left from Ben Danford puts 1 on the board for the O's. At the end of 1, the score, Orioles 1, Cubs 0.
Really solid fastball from New to end the inning there.
It'll be Shapiro, Hermos, and Yajnik coming up for the Cubs in the top of the second.
Solid offensive inning in the bottom of the first there for the Warriors, and this team had
For the who?
For the Orioles.
Yes. My man's covered too many high school games with me. No worries, man.
It's instinct.
It is. Hey, you know what? There's a good chance we're watching some future Warriors in this game. You know, might see. You know, you never know. So a few of these guys might be playing some high school ball for the Brookline High Warriors in a few years' time. Some of them might be going on to play at private schools, and some of them might migrate more towards other sports as they go. But for right now, in this moment, they're going to enjoy their time on the, biggest Little League stage in town, the town championship game in the Major A division.
100% the Major A division, a big moment. I remember back when I was playing Little League, when you went into tryouts, the goal was to make a Major A. You could make Major A as a AAA player, but you had to be very good. Really an accomplishment that all these players are at this moment.
Absolutely. Kieran Regan going to stay on the bump for the Orioles here in the second inning. Got into a slight jam in the top of the first, but a highlight-worthy double play by Junyu Wang ended that inning. See what happens here in the top of the second. Leading off, number 22, Evan Shapiro, and he launches a shot into left center, and that bounces over the wall. That's a ground rule double to lead off for Evan Shapiro.
Absolute bullet there from Shapiro. Absolute shot off the bat. A little celebration from him at second base, and that's a perfect line drive for him for a ground rule double.
So we've got a leadoff runner at second for the Cubs. They are immediately threatening to score. First pitch going to be swung on and missed there for strike one. At the plate, number 8, Rosalie Hermos.
Well, you can really sense the power in both of these teams.
That one very close to hitting Hermos. Just barely dodges that one. Ball 1.
Inside curveball there attempted by Regan.
Swung on and missed there. Strike 2.
Just a little bit behind on it for Hermos. Regan goes with a fastball after the breaking ball inside. Not much of a leadoff of second.
Well, you can't really take a lead in Little League. This one popped up in the infield. Wang under it for the catch. Shapiro quick back to second. Out number 1. Because that's the thing, Sam. There's a shorter distance between the bases in Little League, so you're not allowed to take a lead off the bag, I don't think. This one lined into center, but well caught. A nice catch out in center field for the second out. To Rob Cole Yajnik there. 2 down. And up comes number 7, Ko Hungai. Swings for strike 1.
And this Cubs team, they may not be on the scoreboard at the moment, but they've been making some really solid contact.
Some more solid contact as that one fouled off. Hungai behind in the count quickly, 0-2.
Regan has been doing a really good job to work his pitches all over the strike zone.
This one he makes contact, slow roller to first, picked up by Lau, and he's going to take it himself for out number 3. The inning started off with a big shot for the Cubs from Evan Shapiro, but after that, Regan retires the next 3 batters. Score remains 1-0.
And I must say, that's awfully impressive stuff from Regan. We talk about this a lot at the high school level. It goes for all levels. If you can play composed as a pitcher, shut things down, even after giving up a big hit to start the inning, that's a really good sign and impressive stuff from him.
For the Orioles, it'll be Ko, Wang, and Hegelson coming up.
Here as the Cubs are warming up in the field.
Tyler New back on the hill for his second inning of work for the Cubs. We've seen a lot of nice shout-outs in the live chat. Angelina Bascietto asking if I can interview Luca Fernandez, and well, I don't think these guys have time for interviews. They're locked into the game. Pretty important game for them, so they're pretty locked in, so I don't think we'll be able to fit in any interviews. And then Paco Gum saying, let's go Tyler, and yeah, Evan, shouting out Tyler New and Evan Shapiro of the Cubs. Again, remember, folks, if there's anything you'd like to say, we encourage you to say it either in the live chat here on YouTube or via email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Bottom of the second, about to commence.
Yep, and leading off for the Orioles will be number 7, Kalin Ko.
Key for the Orioles is to hit more line drive hits here in this inning.
All right, looks like we're about set to go here in the bottom of the second. The Orioles with a 1-run lead. They're hoping to add to it here in the bottom of the second. Cubs want to keep it within 1. First pitch, a hard grounder, well fielded at short. Oh, but bobbled on the exchange. And it's going to be legged out there by Ko as he reaches on an E6.
And that's just a good job by Ko, though, to stay through it and have the full hustle going down as Zhang just bobbled it a little bit, hesitated for a millisecond.
Mason Savage, the Cubs shortstop, bobbled that one just a bit on the exchange. It was well fielded. It was a good start to his fielding of that play, just somewhere between the glove and the throwing hand. You know, some wires got crossed and wasn't able to complete the play. But there will be plenty of opportunities to bounce back. This one fouled off. It'll be a 1-1 count to number 2, Junyu Wang. He's already got one big defensive highlight with that unassisted double play to end the first inning. Now he lifts one into left, and that's dropping in fair. A clean single for Junyu Wang, who's off to a great start here in the championship game.
And what a job there, Jesse, by Wang to turn on it. That's what you're taught, is to turn the back foot, get your body over, and he does that exactly. Hard line shot into left field.
Now batting, I believe, is Dax Hegelson. And he turns one, loops it into right, drops in for a single. Ko is going to round third. He's going to try for it. It's going to be close. They got him at the plate. Oh, and they're trying to stretch it other places. They're safe at third. And Hegelson goes to second in the confusion. But what a huge play at the plate. Tyler New taking the relay throw from right field and gunning it home to catch the lead runner Ko at the plate. It will be a single for number 3, Dax Hegelson. But now with runners at second and third, 1 out as a run kept off the board.
And what a great throw also coming in right.
Pop up in no man's land there. Flip to first. It'll be the second out, but a run is going to come in for the Orioles. It's an RBI ground out for Grayson Stein as Junyu Wang aggressively running from third for the Orioles' second run.
And I must say there, that's the smart play, though, from Patel, just to dish it over to first, get the out. This is still anybody's game.
That pitch gonna miss outside for ball one. At the plate for the Orioles now, number 12, Davey Mello. Runner at second is Hegelson as he swings and misses for strike one. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Orioles lead 2-0.
Bit of a changeup there from Niu. Really nice pitch down low.
And this pitch fouled off by Mello. Strike 2. One and two the count. Chases that one high for strike 3. And again, the Orioles threaten, and again, they get one across. But again, Niu limits them to just 1. At the end of 2, the score, the Orioles 2, the Cubs 0.
Really nice job there by Niu to get damage control. Great high fastball. Hit her a little bit late in Mello on it after Niu went to the breaking ball a couple times. Has some nice movement on some of his pitches. He is able to keep hitters on their toes.
So a 4-3 RBI groundout from Grayson Stein drives in Junyu Wang after a big play at the plate from the Cubs. Got one runner out at home, limited the damage. Regan back on the hill for his third inning of work for the Orioles as he will be facing Huffman, Patel, and Fernandez.
And this game really could go either way. Earlier, back in the regular season, these two teams played to the Major A Division's only tie. Shows that these truly are the best of the division, and it's anybody's game.
We got another note in the live chat from Daniel Ribeiro saying, "Let's go Cubbies." Man, the Cubs fans really dominating the live chat so far in this one. I don't know, Orioles fans. They seem to be catching you guys slacking a little bit in the live chat. Y'all might want to get active on that.
For sure, and I must also say, having a Cubs fan actually from Chicago, I'd say that's double.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Double points there. All right, we start the top of the third inning. The Cubs down 2. They're trying to mount a comeback here. Leading off for them, number 2, Oliver Huffman. First pitch, kind of a check swing liner, but well caught at short for out number 1.
Solid line drive from Huffman and really showed some power there considering that was only a check swing, but a nice catch at shortstop.
Now batting, number 11, Arya Patel. First pitch gonna miss, ball 1.
Just had to dodge out of the way there, inside fastball.
That one gets away, ball 2.
Went to the outside, pitched low and away this time. Regan trying to work him all over.
Naveed Sarabi back at short, making the catch for that first out. As that one is going to miss as well. Regan having a little trouble with control here against Patel, as I believe that's a 3-0 count. That one does hit the zone, though. Patel trying to back away, but ump says it's a strike.
Patel with an on-base percentage of over 200 this season.
Takes strike 2 there. Regan battling back from a 3-0 count. Count now full, but it sails over Patel's head, and he does draw the walk.
Patel, a really disciplined hitter. That's his 8th walk if you tack that walk onto the regular season statistics.
We cycle back to the top of the batting order for the Cubs with number 21, Luca Fernandez. First pitch in the zone, strike one.
Fernandez, an on-base percentage of over 300, batting average during the regular season of 278. And a real star persona with somebody in the live chat asking for an interview.
1-1 now the count after that one misses to the outside. Fernandez grounded out to third his last time up, and that one comes in over his head. Force him to duck down, ball two.
Fernandez with some nice eye black as well under the batting helmet.
That one missing, ball three. 3-1. Regan on the cusp of issuing a second consecutive walk. This is one thing you don't want as a pitcher. You don't want to lose your control. And that is going to be ball four. A bit of a hesitation there. Fernandez like, is it a walk? Am I free to go? And the ump's like, yes, you are. On your way then.
And Fernandez running down to first base on the walk too. Nice to see.
Now batting for the Cubs, their pitcher, number 9, Tyler New. New got a single, advanced to second on an error, but was left stranded at third base back in the first inning. Now up with a big opportunity here. Runners at first and second, one out.
New during the regular season had a .531 average, incredible numbers from him, and an on-base percentage of over 600.
That pitch gonna miss to the outside, ball one. And that one gets away. The runners go. Two now in scoring position as Patel takes third and Fernandez takes second on the wild pitch.
Really good opportunity here for the Cubs with the Orioles up 2-0, but two runners in scoring position.
A grounder to first taken by Zhang, tags it for the out, but a run is going to come in. An RBI ground out for Tyler New. And the Cubs cut the Orioles' lead in half.
And that's a great job by New. Opposite field there, drives in the runner here in a big game, trying to keep their season alive.
Patel scores. Fernandez to third. Runner at third, representing the potential tying run. And now a hard liner from Gabe Jaffe goes into right. This ball game is tied.
Hard line shot from Jaffe. He hit .433 during the regular season. Another really good contact hitter, and he shows that off perfectly there, going to the opposite field on a liner, getting the RBI single.
Fernandez in to score the tying run for the Cubs as Jaffe picks up his second hit of the day. High ball one there to Mason Savage. Slices this one, going to stay in the infield. Playable, caught over at third by Hegelson, and that will end the top of the third, but a big bounce back inning for the Cubs. As we move to the bottom of the third, we're all squared at 2 apiece.
Nice basket catch there by Hegelson to get over. The ball positioning was not perfectly in the spot where he was, but he's still able to hustle, and you just love to see that at this level.
We'll have the top of the Orioles order. Ziegler, Lau, and Regan due up here in the bottom half of the inning.
Orioles looking to make a big splash after the Cubs tied it up 2-2 after the Orioles were up 2-0 with a pair of one-run innings in both the first and the second, but it really shows how evenly matched these two teams are. Again, they did play two Major A's only tie earlier in the year.
Yeah, and that's something you got to watch out for at this level, Sam. We don't have any lights we can play under here at Elliott Field, so if these teams cannot decide a winner within regulation time, and if extra innings go for too long, you can have a game suspended due to darkness. So we might not, who knows? Not only might there not be a champion crown today, there might not even be a winner crown today. That is within the realm of possibility. Granted, it's a very outside possibility. I don't want to jinx anything or nothing. But we got some more notes going in the live chat. Angelina saying, go Luca, after Fernandez got the 1-out walk and later came in to score the tying run on the RBI single by Gabe Jaffe. And Caden in the live chat saying, hi, guys. Hi, Caden. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far. Tyler New back on the hill for his third inning of work. His offense has tied things up with himself getting that first RBI ground out to put his team on the board. But the teammates around him made things happen offensively, have tied things back up. Let's see if he and the defense can respond in kind. Leading off for the Orioles, number 11, Dawson Ziegler. Takes an inside ball one. Ziegler popped out too short his last time up.
Ziegler had a .500 batting average during the regular season and an even higher on-base percentage.
Takes ball two in the dirt there. That on base might come into play here if New struggles with his control early in this inning, the same way that Kieran Regan struggled with his control early in the top half. Oh, but this one is going to be golfed into right center. That's bounced into the wall. That's extra bases. Ziegler stumbles on his way to second, but comes in standing up with a leadoff double for the O's.
Yet another great line shot from another player. Ziegler just smokes it into right center, does everything perfectly there. Good solid angle and great power after working a good 2-0 count.
Now batting number 24, Jaden Lau. First one in the dirt, but well blocked. I believe it's still Evan Shapiro back there. Like I said, some positions do change, but catcher, a very specialized position. You're not going to see as many changes at that spot. Another good snag on a high ball there. It is a 2-0 count to Lau, however. Lau drew a walk his last time up. Later came in to score the Orioles' first run of the ball game. Big swing and a miss. He was trying to send that one into the next county, but just catches air. Strike one.
And Lau, another high batting average, high on-base percentage player for this Orioles team. Average of 400 during the regular season, on base of over 500.
Chases that one high for strike two. 2-2 the count. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
Really great opportunity here for the Orioles to strike back after the Cubs tied it up with a 2 spot in the top of the third.
Oh, but a good pitch there to get strike three from Tyler New. Big first out get to bounce back after giving up the leadoff double.
Really nice movement on that pitch from New.
Timeout called, and is that going to be the end of the day for New? You got much stricter pitch count rules at the Little League level than we see at any higher levels of baseball, but it might just be the coach trying to give everyone a chance to get refocused up, reassess the situation, as it looks like they're sticking with New for the time being. And it'll be pitcher against pitcher, as up comes the Orioles pitcher, number 9, Kieran Regan. First pitch, hits a chopper to third. It's bobbled. The lead runner is going to hold, but Regan is going to reach on the E5.
Just a really hard play there for the Cubs third baseman. Not much he could do, or player that is playing third base now being Yachnik.
Now batting for the Orioles, runners at first and second, 1 out. Number 13, Naveed Sarabi takes a high ball there.
Up and away fastball there. Good eye from Sarabi.
Sarabi popped out to third his last time up. Takes that one in the dirt, and the runners take off on the wild pitch. Bit of a delayed throw to third. Cannot catch the runners. And there will be two in scoring position for the Orioles. That's kind of how it's what helped spark things for the Cubs. In the top half of the inning, a wild pitch put runners at second and third, but Sarabi catches air on the next pitch, strike one.
Great hustle there going down to second and third by the Orioles on the wild pitch.
Sarabi lines one up the line, and it's just foul. At least one of the Orioles runners was going on that one. But, yeah, the fact that the runner at third was able to dodge out of the way, kind of indicative of the fact that it was foul.
Definitely unfortunate for Sarabi, just unlucky, but nonetheless a huge situation after the heads-up hustle from the Orioles.
Lifts this one into left. And it's off the wall. What a deep shot from Sarabi. This will score two. Naveed Sarabi lifts that ball to the left field wall and lifts his team back into the lead with a two-run double.
Yet another big power shot in this game. Sarabi turns on it, gets a good launch angle, and yet another ball off the wall in this game, or involved in the wall. We saw a ground rule double earlier in the game. Now we have one off the wall with a monster double.
And we are going to see a pitching change. That's going to be the end of the day on the hill for Tyler New. You know, he did a solid job limiting the damage in those first couple of innings. But the Orioles' bats have just been relentless so far in this one, having scored at least one run in every inning, and now having scored two here in the third. So we will now see for the Cubs, number 2, Oliver Huffman, taking over on the mound for Tyler New. As for the Orioles, they'll have Ben Danford coming up. Danford, of course, had the other RBI double for the Orioles back in the first inning as he launched his shot towards the wall out in left field. Excuse me, out in left field.
Here in the bottom of the third, pitching change being made for the Cubs after Tyler New did a good job in the first 2 innings to limit damage. Gave up 2 runs in those innings, but struggled after a major shot went off the wall for Sarabi of the Orioles.
We got
a lot of high and high guys.
Yeah. Caden, you're sending too many messages. If you keep sending too many, I might have to mute you. We don't want to drown out all the other commenters in this one, including Chelsea Huffman saying, "Let's go Cubs." Some small gusts of wind blowing here, seem to be blowing towards home plate. You know, with some rain in the forecast for tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more intense gusts of wind blowing as this game goes on. Could potentially be a factor.
Could benefit the pitchers potentially if it continues to blow towards home.
That's true. Bit of a headwind for any deep shots. But you never know. Generally, big gusts of wind are not an advantage for the defense because whatever ball is in the air, they have to be able to track it.
That is true, but it depends on what kind of contact the offense is getting, because if a ball's hit hard, the amount that the wind's able to influence it is lower.
That is true.
But if it's a pop-up, then the wind could really make things crazy.
True. 1-0 the count to Ben Danford as he takes strike one there. Naveed Sarabi stands at second after his 2-run double off the left field wall. One out here in the bottom of the third. That's going to be a high ball 2 to Danford. Danford got an RBI double himself his last time up. He's in a position where a hit to the outfield could get him his second RBI of the day. But he's not really getting anything to hit so far from Huffman, as it's a high ball 3, and then a successful steal. Delayed takeoff there for Sarabi. He takes third.
Huffman going with a lot of high breaking balls, and they haven't broken down quite enough to hit the zone.
That one goes low and in the dirt. Is that one a little bit overcompensating for the high pitches, and Danford gets a free pass to first.
Low change up there, tried to, you said it perfectly, overcompensate, but the thing is, if you have nasty pitches, nasty stuff, you first have to set it up by establishing the strike zone. After that, or if you don't do that, hitters can just watch.
This one's a chopper, got away from the third baseman. Runner's going to go back to third. Sarabi sticks there as Jerry Zhang reaches first there. Borderline single or E5 that time.
I'd give it a single.
All right, an infield single for Jerry Zhang. Fielders trying to limit what the lead runners could do, but now we got the bases juiced, as that's going to be a high ball 1 to Kalin Ko.
Ko here with a good eye to start, and the key for Huffman is just to establish the strike zone. He does have good movement on his pitches, but that won't mean much if those pitches are not strikes.
And that last one was not a strike, ball 2. Kalin Ko reached on an E6 his last time up, but was thrown out at home. And that is a 3-0 count.
And that is the thing. Huffman has good stuff. Hard breaking ball down and away, but he's really struggled to throw strikes ever since coming on.
1 ball away from a bases loaded walk for the Orioles. That one does hit the zone. Huffman trying to battle back. 3-1 the count.
Nice pitch from him. A little bit of up and down movement, freezing the hitter.
And that one misses as well. It'll be a bases loaded walk for Kalin Ko, as that will bring in the Orioles' 5th run. Sarabi in to score. 3rd run of the inning for the O's, as they're really starting to break things open. Now batting, number 2, Junyu Wang.
In this inning, Sarabi got on the scoreboard, hitting a 2 RBI double and then coming around to score, really opening things up here for the Orioles, and they continue to put on pressure with the bases loaded.
That one is going to miss. Ball 2.
Solid takes from Wang here.
Junyu Wang got a single his last time up, later came in to score. Hits a bouncer foul up the third base line there for strike 1.
Wang, a player with a really good eye. In the regular season, an average of only .250, but an on-base percentage of over .400.
That one comes in high. You know, Sam, we talk about this even at the high school level, how a lot of these players that come in on the mound, they're not specialists. You know, they're not relievers. They're not warming up in the bullpen. This is a mid-inning substitution on the mound for Huffman, so you can kind of understand why it's taking him a little time to find his control. That one catches the zone. Full count now to Wang.
100%, Jesse. We talk about this all the time at the high school level, and also a high leverage situation here for him.
And that is going to be ball 4, as Wang takes a significant trot towards his own dugout to toss away the bat, but he does earn the bases loaded walk. Coming in is Danford. And this, unfortunately, might be a quick hook for Huffman. Like we said, it's so tough to come in as a reliever at this level because these kids are not specialists. They're not trained for this kind of situation. It was a high-pressure situation already. The Orioles had just taken back the lead off a big shot, and you're being asked to come in and try and limit the damage, rescue the situation, and your stuff's just not working for you right away, and stuff can just cascade on you. And it looks like they're going to stick with Huffman, and I give the kid credit for staying in there and continuing to pitch after a rocky start. Base is still juiced. Is that one going to miss to number 3, Dax Hegelson?
100% high pressure, high leverage situation here in the Major A Championship.
That one's low for ball 2. Hegelson almost got an RBI single his last time up, but the lead runner got thrown out at home, so he had to settle for a regular single. But now with the bases juiced, he has a prime opportunity to get an RBI, maybe even 2 if he gets a shot to the outfield. But pitch is still missing here. Ball 3, 3-0 the count to Hegelson.
And you got to think, Jesse, potentially Huffman not with much time to warm up before he came in, mid-inning situation, definitely the kind of time where it's hard to get warm while you're on the mound.
And that one is going to miss. A 4-pitch bases loaded walk for Dax Hegelson. Jerry Zhang trots around the bases. And that is going to be the end of the day for Huffman. Kind of a rough outing for him. 4 walks and a single. And we will see another pitching change for the Cubs. It'll be number 21, Luca Fernandez, taking over for Huffman. See if he can get out of this inning and limit any further damage.
Fernandez, a high hustle player, could potentially be the type of guy that could have some success here in this high leverage situation.
Well, what's interesting is sometimes we see this at the high school level where a guy comes in, the opponent has already taken a sizable lead, and the guy's not afraid to throw strikes because it's not as tight of a spot. You know, there's not as much pressure on you. There's not as much of a spotlight on you. It can be the kind of situation where a guy can come in and just be like, I'm just going to throw strikes and whatever happens, happens. I mean, that is kind of the mindset that you have to have as a pitcher, especially at this level. I'm going to throw strikes and whatever happens, happens. You know, you do have to sort of be mentally willing to surrender that control when the ball leaves your hand. And that's a lot easier said than done.
Exactly. It really takes the mental fortitude, and we talk about this so much as well at the high school level with our Brookline coverage, how when the team gets into a high leverage situation, oftentimes if a reliever comes in and has success also, it can really help the momentum of a team. And if Fernandez can have some success here, it could really help the Cubs in the next couple of innings.
Well, the situation Fernandez is coming into is this: 7-2, the Orioles lead, bases loaded, 1 out. Coming up for the O's, number 34, Grayson Stein. Stein, his last time up, got an RBI 4-3 ground out. That was the Orioles' second run. They led 2-0 after that play. Now they lead 7-2. Stein with an opportunity for another RBI here. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
And exactly what we talked about. Fernandez, they're not afraid to throw a strike, low changeup in the zone, and he gets the swing and a miss from Stein.
Another swing and a miss there. No hesitation from Fernandez. Throwing some strong pitches here to start. 0-2 the count. That one skips in the dirt. Well blocked behind the plate, ball 1.
Understandable pitch for sure. from Hernandez, trying to get a little bit of swing and a miss there in this high leverage situation.
1-2 pitch. It's a bouncer. Fielded well at short. They throw for home, and they throw to third. They are not able to turn two, but a great fielder's choice play by Tyler New as he gets it home to Evan Shapiro for the second out.
And how about that? Great fielding, and Shapiro, Jesse, has done such a great job behind the plate for the Cubs. He's been blocking a lot of balls, some that skip in the dirt that aren't easy, and a really nice catch there, just full composure from him getting the out.
Almost turned an inning-ending double play, but they were not able to catch Wang at third. Kalin Ko thrown out at home for the second time today, but this time on a force. Now batting, number 12, Davey Mello. First pitch, he pops it up foul for strike one.
Mello just turned on that one. That's what you're supposed to do, but a little bit early.
Mello struck out his last time up to end the second inning. Now up with the bases juiced and 2 down. That one high and in, ball one.
High and inside. A little bit off speed there. Not Fernandez's hardest pitch, but still revving it up on him.
Lines a shot into left. That drops in fair. What a hit from Davey Mello as 2 more runs are going to come in for the Orioles. But Mello, he's got to get back to first. A little bit over-eager. Oh, and now the over-eagerness pays off. The throw to first got away, and both of the runners still on the bases are going to advance. Davey Mello with the 2-run single to left and gets a little bit more in the chaos.
All right, how about that? The legend of Arlen Shostak's teams continues. A really zany play, as you like to say it. Jesse, incredible stuff. Mello does a great job to get the hit there and hustle it out because he was going down to second, which could have proved to be a problem, but instead he goes back to first. The throw goes wide, and it all works out for the Orioles.
Back to the top of the order with Dawson Ziegler, who led off this inning. The Orioles have batted all the way around as that one brushes Ziegler back for ball one.
And this is going to be the key for Fernandez, whether he can continue to establish the strike zone even after giving that up.
Another line shot. Ziegler sends it into right. 1 run in. Mello's rounding third. Heading for the plate. 2 more runs in off a missile to right from Dawson Ziegler.
Man, what an inning this has been for the Orioles. 9 runs. This was 2-2. Going into the bottom of the third here. This team has absolutely exploded here in the Major A Championship. If they win tonight, they would be the champions. They're looking to make that happen.
And a 9-run inning is certainly a good way to put yourself in a position to win a championship. A huge inning from the Orioles, as a wild pitch will send Ziegler up to second, and it will be a 1-0 count to Jaden Lau. Lau struck out earlier this inning, one of the 2 outs for the Orioles so far.
And this Orioles team, a run differential of over +60, easily the best in the Major A division. But this Cubs team, the second best run differential.
Yeah, there's no question we've had the 2 best teams of the season here in the championship game. But the Orioles, with this explosive inning, making a real difference on the scoreboard. That one catches the zone. It'll be a 2-1 count to Lau.
Low strike there and a smart throw from Hernandez, low in the zone, just right about at the knee level.
Hits a liner. What a catch at the hot corner. That is out number 3. Great catch over at third, trying to see if I can catch the kid's jersey number. I wasn't quite sure who that was. Might have been Jaffe, but I'm not sure.
He has the red sunglasses on, and he's just made a great highlight reel play. That could potentially give the Cubs some momentum to inch their way back into it. If they're going to end an inning any kind of way, Jesse, I must say that is the way to end it.
A nice note to end on for the Cubs, and like you said, Sam, they kind of needed a nice note. That was a rough inning for them defensively, as the Orioles put 9 runs on the board. It was Gabe Jaffe making that nice catch at the hot corner, but the Orioles bat all the way around and put 9 on the board in that one frame to break this game open. At the end of 3, the score, the Orioles 11, the Cubs 2. And we've got a pitching change on the Orioles side. Jaden Lau taking over on the mound for Kieran Regan. Regan pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 runs, comes off with the lead as Lau takes over.
Here on the bump is Lau for the Orioles, and they're really going to look to shut things down. The key for them in this half inning is going to be consistent fielding. We've talked about it on this broadcast so much, how it's important for pitchers to establish the strike zone, throw quality strikes, or really just strikes in general, because anything can happen from there. That's what I was taught in Little League, and that's what everybody is taught. And really, even more than that, the fielding is going to be such a key. It's been really solid so far for the Orioles.
It'll be Shapiro, Hermos, and Yajnik coming up for the Cubs in the top of the 4th.
Looking at some of these statistics, Yajnik a 348 average, Shapiro with a 457 average. Shapiro also with an on-base percentage of over 500. High contact, high on-base percentage players. Yajnik with an on-base of over 400 as well to add to it.
Yeah, I could hear you kind of stumbling with the statistic there. I think Yajnik kind of threw off our pronunciations a little bit. Shapiro fouls off the first pitch he sees, strike 1. Shapiro got a leadoff double his last time up back in the 2nd inning, but was left stranded. Takes a high ball 1 there.
Hard, high fastball at the top of the zone there. Just good stuff, trying to establish the strike zone, but a little bit high. But if you're going to throw a ball, that's the kind of ball to throw.
Shapiro fouls this one off for strike 2.
Shapiro just a little bit behind that one.
That one misses, but I mean, if you're going to have a wild pitch like that, better to have it with nobody on base.
Exactly, that's the kind of at-bat this has been. Despite the fact that there's been balls, they've been understandable.
This one chopped, stays in the infield, caught over at third despite a bit of a traffic jam there between the third baseman and shortstop, but it was caught. I think that was Mello who caught that one. He's got the stripes on his socks there.
Nice catch by Mello, and a nice handshake to top it off with the shortstop.
Swing and a miss there for Hermos, strike 1. Hermos popped out to second his last time up, misses that one for ball 1.
Hermos takes another ball that goes a little bit wild, but yet again, if you're going to have a ball, no runners on, that's a perfectly fine type of situation. Really nice stop there from the catcher.
2-1 the count. Now to Hermos. And that one's going to miss. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Lau pitching a lot of balls low and away. A couple of them have gone wild.
Ben Danford, the catcher for the O's this inning, as that's going to be a high ball 4. Hermos gets a free trot down to first.
But still a very comfortable situation here for the Orioles. But if you're the Cubs, that's the kind of way that you want to start it. Patient play at the plate to get the walk.
Rosalie Hermos at first. Now batting, number 6, Cole Yajnik. Flew out to center his last time up, and that wild pitch gets away, and now there's a runner on, and Hermos is going to take advantage and take second.
Good hustle there from Hermos, and in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Orioles, one of the big ways that they started their rally was taking advantage of wild pitches. They had a point where 2 of their runners went from 1st and 2nd down to 2nd and 3rd, and that really started getting the wheels turning.
A grounder up the middle, well fielded by Regan at short. Throws to first and completes the 6-3 ground out.
Great fielding yet again from the Orioles. That's been the big key for them in this game. Again, one more win. They're a few innings away from winning the Major A championship, and that's a big reason why.
Now batting for the Cubs, number 7, Ko Hungai, as he takes strike 1 there.
Bit of an off-speed pitch there, fooled him.
Hungai grounded out to first his last time up as he takes that one high for ball 1. Runner at third as Hermos advanced on the ground out by Yajnik. As that one misses, ball 2. And, you know, even if you can only get 1 run back, that could potentially, like we were talking about, Sam, be a spark to lead to something more in later innings as this wild pitch gets away. Hermos comes in to score. The Cubs get run number 3. Still behind by a significant amount, but 1 less than they were 1 pitch ago.
Really smart, bold play from Hermos to take advantage of the wild pitch, steal home, and potentially get some momentum for the Cubs.
Bit of a delayed swing by Hungai there. Strike 2.
Another breaking ball, this one down low from Lau. He's like to set up the fastball with the breaking ball. We've seen this strategy a little bit at the high school level with some of the Brookline Warriors pitches, and there's a nice breaking ball.
And that breaking ball gets strike 3 as Danford drops it briefly, but does complete the throw down to first. Lau gets the strikeout to end the top of the 4th. We move to the bottom half with the O's leading by 8.
That last pitch just weaved its way into the strike zone. May have fooled the catcher a little bit, but resilient play from him. He's able to make the throw over to first.
All right, for the Orioles in the bottom half of the 4th, it'll be Regan, Sarabi, and Danford coming up. (11-3) the mark here. The Orioles, if they hold on to this lead for 2 more defensive innings, they will win the 2026 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Town Championship.
If the Orioles win it, we will play yet another game between these two sides.
If the Cubs win it.
The Cubs win. Excuse me.
If the Cubs manage to come back from what was at one point a 9-run deficit, currently an 8-run deficit, then they would force us into a do-or-die game, presumably tomorrow, to decide it all. But right now, the odds strongly favoring the Orioles. The Cubs going to need a good defensive inning from their fielders and relief pitcher Luca Fernandez to at least keep the deficit where it is so they can try and chip away at it.
100%. Fernandez looking to give the Cubs a chance to come back here in the Major A Championship. Regan will be at the plate to start the bottom of the 4th. Then Sorabi and Danford.
That is correct. Regan, his last time up, reached on an E5 to help kickstart that huge 9-run rally in the bottom of the third. Lifts a shot into left. Left fielder backing up. Nice catch out in left by Huffman.
Really nice grab by Huffman. Able to move to his left there. Makes the grab, outstretching his arm.
And he needed every inch of his wingspan for that catch there, but makes a nice grab. Oliver Huffman recording the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Definitely impressive play from him. Luca Fernandez here had a 7.6 ERA during the regular season, but again, ERA at this level, only 6-inning games. It can be greatly inflated by 1 or 2, and doing solid in this one, 1 or 2 games.
Now at the plate, number 13, Naveed Sarabi, as he'll be hit by a pitch. Won't have a chance to get another towering shot like the 2-run double that he got that currently represents the winning runs, as that was the go-ahead hit for the Orioles that really sparked that huge rally in the bottom of the third. But now Sarabi will stand at first as up comes number 22, Ben Danford. Danford lifts that one out to left, foul for strike 1. Danford, his last time up, drew a walk, later came in to score.
Man, Danford got all of that one just a little bit too early, but turned on it well.
That one gets away. Sarabi was kind of jumping off of first, and I think the catcher noticed in his peripheral. And Sarabi is taking third. He saw the third baseman peeling off third. And so he took advantage, and the Cubs coach telling his players, you've got to pay attention there. You can't be letting him do that. Put that down as a wild pitch to second and a steal of third. Not often you see a wild pitch advance and then a steal after advancing on the wild pitch, but when you can see the opponent's defense is slacking, they're not covering the bases, and the ball's still live, you can attack it like that. Relatively short base paths here in Little League present those kind of opportunities. 1-2 now the count to Danford, with a runner now at third and 1 out.
And a really great play on the base paths by Sarabi. Heads up stuff from him. It did seem like the catcher stood up a little bit too quickly. That caused the wild pitch, and then Sarabi just kept on going.
Yeah, unhesitatingly around the bags. Oh, full count. I lost track of the count. That's my fault. Chases that one low, but it did bounce in the dirt. Throw to first. He was safe, and the run scores. Sam, have you ever seen an RBI strikeout before? Because I think we just saw one.
I don't think so. That's a one-of-a-kind moment for the Orioles here in the Major A Championship. What hustle from Danford.
Yeah, and that's taking advantage of the fact that there was a runner at third. The catcher was kind of hesitating, wanted to see if he could hold the runner before throwing to first, hesitated a little bit too long, and because the infield ump is out on the left side of the infield because of the runner over at third, it's a far away thing, and he's going to give a close call. You know, it's like they say, tie goes to the runner kind of thing. So a big opportunity for the Orioles base running wise, and the Orioles really displaying some base running prowess and some good situational awareness in this inning to sort of complement the explosive bats that we saw last inning.
100%. This Orioles team has a lot of power, of course, but the big keys to this game that I've noticed are their fielding and their base running, what they're doing when the ball's already been hit. Great hustle. Sarabi's play where he advances second on the wild pitch, heads up play there, and then he got to third with a stolen base. And then also Danford's drop third strike that he's able to beat out and drive in the run.
Zhang lifts one, caught over at second. Good tracking there from the Cubs' Ko Hung-Gai for out number 2.
Orioles here looking to add on to the lead, but regardless, looking comfortable in this one.
They are back up by 9 at 12-3. Now batting is Kalin Ko. Ko has reached base twice, but has not been able to score as he's been thrown out at home twice. Once on a tag, once on a force. Now up with 2 outs and a runner at first. That one skips in the dirt, but well blocked by Shapiro. It'll simply be ball 2, and Danford will hold at first. That one over the head, ball 3.
Especially at this level, awfully difficult to pitch to some of these shorter hitters.
For sure. 3-0, the count to Ko. And that'll be his second walk of the day. Ko 0 for 1 with a reach on error and 2 walks. And now 2 runners on for the O's, as up comes number 2, Junyu Wang.
Wang here looking to open things back up here after the Orioles put up a 9 spot in the bottom of the 3rd inning, made it 11-2, and now after they've gotten it back to a 9-run lead, big launch angle swing there on the first pitch from him.
Wang 1 for 1 so far today with a single, a walk, a run scored, and an RBI. Batting with runners at first and second. Of course, Wang's biggest play so far has been in the field with that unassisted double play all the way back in the first inning. Hits a slow grounder to short, well fielded, thrown to first, and that will end the inning. Textbook play from New over at short, but the O's respond to the 1-run 4th inning for the Cubs with a 1-run 4th inning of their own. At the end of 4, our score, the Orioles 12, the Cubs 3. We move to the top of the 5th. And for the Cubs, it'll be Huffman, Patel, and Fernandez.
Cubs looking to gain some momentum to get back into this one, and Huffman did make an amazing play out in left field, had to stretch his arm out despite his smaller stature. Impressive stuff from him, and the Cubs will have to ride a player like that if they want a chance at winning this game and continuing their season to send it to a winner go home, winner make the championship, or wins the championship game that would be played if they win. If the Orioles win this game, they win the Major A championship.
Jaden Lau back on the hill for his 2nd inning of work after taking over for Kieran Regan last inning.
Lau did a good job in the last inning, gave up only 1 run, really limited the damage, prevented the Cubs from having much going on.
And you know what's really interesting, Sam? We talk about the importance of base running. We saw 1 run scored by both of these teams in the 4th inning, and in that 4th inning, these 2 teams combined for exactly 0 base hits. 0 base hits, 1 walk for the Cubs, 1 hit by pitch, and 1 walk for the Orioles. And yet, each of them scored a run. Just goes to show, if you stay aware and cognizant of the situation, and you're ready to jump, at whatever opportunities your opponent gives you, you can score even without hitting the ball.
Oh, definitely, especially here in Little League Major A level. It's the kind of thing where base running, fielding, things like that matter all that much more. Low strike there to Huffman.
Oliver Huffman facing an 0-1 count there.
And it's similar in some ways to what we talk about the high school game, how small ball plays a much bigger role at these levels than what you would normally see if you're watching a Red Sox game or any MLB game.
Huffman fouls this one off, strike 2.
And regardless, despite the fact that small ball plays such a big role, this Orioles team, one of the many reasons why they're up big is they've hit a bunch of big shots. One that went off the wall, a lot of long hits.
Chopper juggled over at third, but a nice recovery over at the hot corner there for the 5-3 ground out.
And that's another example. The Orioles have been so good in the field in this game, and it's really helped them out.
Nice play by Ben Danford there. Initially juggled it, but able to recover fast enough to get the first out of the frame. Now batting number 11, Arya Patel. Takes a low ball one there.
Back in the regular season, this Orioles team went 9 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. The Cubs went 8 wins, 3 losses, 1 tie, so very similar numbers. And of course, that 1 tie, the only tie in the entire Major A season, was between these two teams, but the Orioles definitely with the Cubs number in this one.
2-2 the count to Patel. Last time up, he drew a walk and scored the Cubs' first run of the game. That one gonna miss, ball 3.
Both these teams ended the regular season incredibly hot. The Cubs ended it on a 7-game win streak, Orioles on a 3-game win streak.
Breaking ball on the payoff pitch from Lau gets strike 3.
Outside breaking ball pays off. Really nice stuff from Lau. He's really settled in this game for the now inning and 2/3 that he's pitched.
Really high fastball there for ball 1. Luca Fernandez back at the dish now for his 3rd plate appearance. His last time up, he drew a walk and scored a run. Now hits a chopper, well stabbed at by Lau, and he's going to take it himself for the 1 unassisted ground out. That will end the 5th inning. The Orioles are 1 inning away from a town championship. We move to the bottom of the 5th. The score still Orioles 12, Cubs 3.
Orioles now looking to tack on some extra runs at an even bigger cushion before they set out, hoping to clinch the Major A Town Championship, alas.
We got another pitching change for the Cubs. Looks like. Just trying to see the number here. Waiting for him to start his warm-up throws, but he's waiting for his catcher first. Due up for the Orioles will be Hegelson, Stein, and Mello.
Cubs here warming up, looking to get a shutdown pitching performance before they attempt the immaculate, the absolutely improbable, if they were to be able to pull off a comeback with 1 inning to go.
And it will be Mason Savage who will take over on the mound in place of Fernandez. Savage, the 4th pitcher for the Cubs today. Started with Tyler New, then had Oliver Huffman and Luca Fernandez, and now Mason Savage. for the Orioles. Just 2 pitchers so far, Kieran Regan and Jaden Lau.
Fernandez did a good job in relief, I must say, for the Cubs. Settling in a high leverage situation, and Jesse, we talked about this earlier, he was able to throw strikes. And that's been a big key of why the Orioles have had so much pitching success. They've been pitching confidently, and that's been all set up because of their great fielding.
Savage will be facing off against the bottom of the Orioles batting order in Hegelson, Stein, and Mello. And we got a shout out for Dax Hegelson that I got in an email from Fred Finney in Oakfield, Georgia. So we got a note from an Orioles fan in there. Had a lot of notes from a number of passionate Cubs fans early in this one. We got our first note from an Orioles fan as Hegelson will be leading off this bottom of the 5th inning.
Always nice to see everybody coming out, supporting their team in the live chat. And I must say, what I find even more incredible is Cubs have a fan supporting from Chicago. Makes me wonder if there's any Orioles fans here in this game in Baltimore.
You never know.
You never know.
First pitch to Hegelson, gonna miss for ball 1. Hegelson 1 for 1 so far today with a single, a walk, a run, and an RBI. And that one off the end of his bat, foul up the first base line, strike 1.
Pitch inside there, just couldn't turn on it quite in time.
I thought that one was on the outside. It came off the end of his bat, didn't it? It's so hard from this angle sometimes. That one sliced foul. First base side again.
Again, that's why we have a 2-man team. I saw it got jammed. You saw it actually came off the end of the bat.
Yeah. It's like, what color is the dress? Is it white and gold, or is it black and blue? How many years ago was that meme anyway?
I've never heard of it.
Oh God, you're doing that thing again, Sam, where you make me feel old. 2-2, the count to Hegelson. Here to start this bottom of the 5th inning. That one gonna miss, high and away, ball 3.
High and away fastball there. Good eye from Hegelson, pretty close despite the fact that it got beyond the catcher.
Tight battle at the plate here between Hegelson and Savage. Payoff pitch is tipped by Hegelson as he stays alive.
Man, what a job by Hegelson. That one also comes off the end of the bat. It's been a really pesky at-bat from him. A couple foul balls now in it.
Fastball low, and Hegelson battles his way to a leadoff walk.
Works out for Hegelson. Takes a full count changeup to get ball 4.
Runner at first. Up comes number 34, Grayson Stein. That pitch gonna miss low for ball 1.
Low and away yet again. Savages like to go to that same spot a couple times. Did it early in the count in the last at bat as well.
That one catches the inside corner. Hegelson takes off, and he's out. Tried to come in standing up. Thought he was beating that throw by a lot more than he did. And Tyler New with a nice quick catch and tag off the throw, I assume, from Evan Shapiro.
Well, the key thing is when it's a bang-bang play like that, awfully close, and you don't slide, oftentimes the umpire, especially at this level, will call you out.
Yeah. That's why it's better to default to sliding.
From experience, back in my Brookline youth baseball days, the coaches would always tell us, just slide. No matter what, just slide.
Man, you're just coming at the age thing from all angles. You're pulling the back in my day compared to the kids on the field. Meanwhile, you're making me feel like an ancient old man, Sam. You're just here in the middle.
It's like the missing middle.
3-1 the count now to Stein. And that's going to miss. Back-to-back walks for the Orioles. And the Cubs kind of lucky to get that good play at second. Otherwise, there'd be 2 runners on and nobody out.
Super lucky play for the Cubs, but regardless, you really still get the sense the Orioles, and obviously very good control of this game at the moment, up 9.
Now batting, number 12, Davey Mello. Swings and misses for strike 1. Mello, his last time up, got a 2-run single to left and ended up advancing to second in a bit of a chaotic scene of base running. Now hits a high bouncer. What a weird hop over the second baseman's head. You can't give an error off of a weird hop like that. That's easily a single for Davey Mello.
100%. Really strange hop, and it also occurred as the runner on first was running over to second, Hegelson, which made it even crazier because the second baseman, there wasn't much he could do about that considering all the variables. Clearly a single.
Yeah, that one catches the lip of the infield grass and ricochets way high. Too high for the second baseman to grab. And with runners at first and second and 1 out, we cycle to the top of the Orioles order with number 11, Dawson Ziegler. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Ziegler, his last time up, or actually had a very explosive bottom of the third. In that one inning, he went 2 for 2 with a double, a single, a run scored, and 2 RBI. Slices this one foul, out of play. Even if Jaffe had managed to catch up to it, wouldn't have been a legal catch. But Ziegler behind in the count 0-2.
This is a good situation, this at-bat for the Cubs and for Savage. 0-2 count. Runners on first and second gives them the real potential to settle down in the inning.
Savage trying to bounce back after allowing 2 walks and a single to open the inning. His catcher and shortstop got him 1 out on the base pads. Ziegler hits a chopper over to second. It skips away from the second baseman's glove. Another hard ball to field there. I would give a single to Ziegler on that one, as the bases are now loaded. Now batting is the pitcher, number 24, Jaden Lau.
Bases loaded situation. Looking strong for the Orioles. Lau did great on the mound in his couple of innings of work.
A hard ricochet off the backstop that time means the runners all hold. Bit of a lucky bounce for the Cubs on what was almost a wild pitch. Lau so far today 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored as he slices that one foul for strike 1.
Lau going for the downs with that swing. Big hack and a foul ball, got low on that one.
1-1 count. Oh, he gets beamed. Could hear that one from up here, as that'll be a bases loaded hit by pitch for Jaden Lau to make this a 10-run ball game.
Way to go for Lau to walk that one off. Definitely not comfortable. We could hear it from over here, but he's still standing, still going, and ready to run the bases.
Now batting, number 9, Kieran Regan. Bases still loaded with 1 out. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1.
Savage starting to throw a little bit harder now with these last couple of pitchers, particularly that one. Because he threw it outside, he was able to get more velocity behind it.
That one also in the zone, strike 2.
Yet again, the low and away are generally just away pitches working out for Savage because he can work to the opposite side.
Regan 1 for 3 so far with a single, a reach-on error, and a flyout. He's got 1 run scored. That one misses outside, ball 1.
That one a little bit too much pulled for Savage, but still a solid location considering the last 2 pitches.
High and away, ball 2.
Continuing to go to these away pitches, and you really got to think that it could potentially be because he's getting more velocity on them.
2-2 count, 1 out, bases loaded. Regan lines a shot into left. That one just a bit foul. And he'll reset in the batter's box.
Regan looking to break things even further open, as some chance of breaking out here at Elliott Field out behind the fence by some other young fans.
Still 2-2. And that one misses. And again, the runners hold. Weren't sure how that one was going to bounce, and they just let it lie there. A full count now, and I mean, if one more pitch misses, then you won't have needed to take the risk. But Regan is going to lift this one into shallow center and could not be snagged out in center. 1 run in to score on an RBI single from Kieran Regan.
Smoked out to center field there by Regan. Drives in yet another run, now 14-3. Orioles on top by 11. Not much that the center fielder could do. Really difficult play for him, and it's just been a microcosm of the game. The Orioles in control of this one.
It's an 11-run lead now for the Orioles, as up comes number 13, Naveed Sorabi.
Cubs kept it close early as the Orioles scored a run in the first 2 innings. Then the Cubs got a 2 spot. But then the Orioles just going absolutely off, a 9-run inning to solidify this game.
That bottom of the 3rd inning really the difference maker in this one, as Sorabi takes strike 1. And it was Sorabi that got the scoring started in that electric 3rd inning with a 2-run double off the left field fence. Now up with the bases juiced and 1 out, takes strike 2 there.
This Orioles team has showcased a lot of power, really an all-around performance. Great pitching, great fielding, power, small ball. They've been great on the base paths. Really everything just coming together and awfully close to winning the Major A championship.
A complete performance from this Orioles squad, and a well-earned large lead here as that one skips away. A hard ricochet again. The runners hold. 2-2 the count. And again, when a walk brings in the runner, regardless, you know, it's not as much of a situation where you want to be aggressive on the base paths. The situation is everything. Sorabi lifts this one out to left. It will be caught. The runner will tag, and it will score 1 on the sac fly from Naveed Sorabi.
Sorabi got things going back in the top of the 3rd. With that big double, he tacks on another RBI here. Makes it a 12-run game. Orioles dominance in the bottom of the 5th.
Ziegler in to score on that one. Now up comes number 22, Ben Danford. First pitch to Danford, a strike. Savage has not been afraid to throw strikes in this one.
You got to give him credit. He's had some high velocity pitches, particularly outside fastballs in this game, this inning, but some of these hits have just not gone the way of the Cubs fielders.
Savage, he got off to a bit of a shaky start, allowing back-to-back walks to start the inning, but he has been throwing strikes pretty consistently since then, but he misses that one low, 2-1. And like you said, Sam, just some bad luck on some bounces in the infield, some shallow flies. That ball gets away, and again, the runner's just holding up. The Orioles not attacking aggressively, and at this point, you're up 12. You don't necessarily have to. 3-1 the count to Danford. Regan at first, Lau at second, grounder to third, fielded clean, throw to first is briefly dropped, but picked up by Hermos off the ground to complete the 5-3 ground out and complete the inning.
Close play over at first. Now going to the top of the 6th inning, and the Orioles are a half inning away from becoming Major A champions.
Our score at the end of 5, the Orioles 15, the Cubs 3. And for the Cubs, it'll be New, Jaffe, and Savage coming up in the top of the 6th, trying to kickstart the impossible. The Cubs would need to score 12 runs in this inning just to keep their hopes alive. The Orioles need Jaden Lau to just get 3 outs to complete their championship run. Lau has pitched 2 strong innings of relief, taking over for the starter Kieran Regan, who pitched the first 3 innings for the Orioles.
And the Orioles just really an all-faceted good performance for them.
Absolutely. You know, batting order's been strong up and down. They've had some big shots. They've had some good base running, some good patience at the plate. You know, they got spotted a little bit when the Cubs had a little bit of trouble with control in that 3rd inning. But even in that 3rd inning, they had so many explosive plays that helped that rally go and break things open. I mean, there's not a thing you can take away from the Orioles in this one. In the same way that even if this game hasn't gone the way they've wanted and maybe it hasn't been their best game today, you know, the Cubs getting here, you can't take anything away from them.
100%, and these teams did tie in the regular season. Both teams very impressive. The Cubs ended the regular season on a 7-game win streak, Orioles on a 3-game win streak. Here we go.
First pitch to Tyler New, hits the zone for strike 1.
Real solid pitch from New on the inside part of the plate.
This is a chopper over to short, fielded, long throw to first, not in time. An infield single for Tyler New, who will take second as the throw went out of play.
Great stuff from New. Stayed through it, made solid contact, and that's what you're taught, and that's what you have to do. Just make contact with it. You never know what's going to happen.
So a runner at second to lead off for the Cubs. Now batting number 31, Gabe Jaffe. Strike 1 there, and New dancing off the bag at second to keep the Orioles fielders honest. That one in the zone as well, strike 2, and you can see the catcher, he's jumping up to throw back to the pitcher, wasting no time because New is dancing off the bag at second. That one just misses. Outside, ball 1.
I like the aggressive base running from New. Cubs down 12, might as well just try to at the very least have some fun on the base pass and also keep the pitcher and the fielders honest.
That one misses. Jaffe just barely able to check his swing, ball 2. Jaffe 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and an RBI. That one in over his head, ball 3. A full count here to Gabe Jaffe. No outs, runner at second. And Jaffe battles his way to a walk. 2 runners on to start for the Cubs here in the 6th and final inning. Now batting for the Cubs, their current pitcher, number 13, Mason Savage.
Patient hitting from the Cubs to start this top of the 6th, and that's what they have to do if they want to pull off the improbable. Just string together some walks, get runners on, and hope for the best in a potential rally.
Grounder over to second, fielded, flip to first, and that'll be out number 1. Play made there by Dawson Ziegler to record the first out. The runners do advance, but when you're up 12, you can afford to let the runners advance. The important thing is just getting the outs.
Definitely smart play there to throw it over to first. Just get the easy out.
So 1 out, runners at second and third. That pitch over the head, ball 1. Now batting is Evan Shapiro as he lifts this one into right. That's going to drop in fair territory. That's going to score at least 1 run. And they're going to try for a second run. Throw to the plate, not in time. 2 runs score. And Shapiro into second on the throw. Two runs in off the hit there from Evan Shapiro.
Just a great heads-up play there from Shapiro to get down to second with the throw to the plate that was late.
0-1 now the count. 1 out, runner at second. It's a 10-run ball game as that one misses. Swing and a miss there from Hermos. Strike 2. Rosalie Hermos with a runner at second, 1 down. Lines one into left. That'll drop in. Runner will hold at third, but the Cubs not backing down in face of the overwhelming deficit. They keep fighting, and they've got runners at the corners. This might be the end of the day for Jaden Lau. Has been a rough inning for him so far.
Well, sometimes with being so close to winning a championship at points like this, you can get out of your habits a little bit, and that's what could have potentially happened with Lau.
We had an infield single, a walk, a ground out, a 2-run single to right, and then a single to left. They're sticking with Lau with runners at the corners and 1 out. Up comes Cole Yajnik, hits a slow roller to third. Picked up, thrown to first, not in time. Yajnik legs that one out, and a run comes in on the infield hit. The Cubs cut this back down to a single-digit ball game.
You got to applaud the Cubs in this inning, Jesse. Good stuff from them. Absolute hustle. Legging out every ground ball, every ball in play, and that's exactly what they have to do.
15-6 the score, and this one jammed inside, fouled up the first base line there. It'll be strike 1 to Ko Hungai. Swing and a miss there. Hungai behind in the count quickly, 0-2. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Cubs trail by 9. Strike 3 there. What a quick rebound from Jaden Lau with the 3-pitch strikeout. 2 down, runners at first and second. The Orioles 1 out away from a town championship. Oliver Huffman stepping up to the plate as the last chance for the Cubs. That pitch misses low. Ball 1. That one misses low and away. Ball 2. 2-0 the count to Huffman. That one fouled off. Strike 1. That one also going to miss low. Ball 3. 3-1 is the count to Huffman. Here with 2 down and 2 on. That one does catch the zone. Full count. 2 outs. Strike 3. Jaden Lau finishes the job with the payoff pitch. And the Orioles are your 2026 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division Town Champions. The final score here at Elliott Field, the Orioles 15, the Cubs 6. First we'll have the teams lining up for the customary post-game handshake. Good sportsmanship all around. And then we will have the medal ceremonies where the teams will get their medals and trophies. Runner-up for the Cubs and champions for the Orioles. And in the end, that 9-run third inning was the difference for the Orioles that time, as we see Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division Commissioner Holden Hodgson going to talk to the teams. I don't think we'll be able to hear him much from here, but
Not bad work.
All right, that was the post-game medal ceremony awarding the 2026 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division Town Champions, the Orioles. You can see the Orioles players swarming and drenching their longtime coach Arlen Shostak in his 51st season with Brookline Youth Baseball. Gets to finish on top with his boys this year. Like you said, Sam, just a complete effort from the Orioles. Some great hitting, some great base running, some nice fielding, some timely pitching. And it really showed in the score as they finish with a 15-6 victory here. And we do have some last notes in live chat that came in a little earlier. Sorry I couldn't mention those as the game got towards the end. Adrian Fricky did say, love these commentators. Thanks, Jesse and Sam. Aaron Gottesfeld saying, we're enjoying your excellent announcing. Go Orioles. So we did have one more Orioles fan tuning in there. And Randall Jaffe giving us a little fact check on one of our sillier moments of the broadcast, saying that the dress illusion meme came out in 2015. So 11 years ago. So you were a considerably younger man back then, Sam, so that makes sense. But anyway, Sam, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast today, your first Little League broadcast here with Brookline Youth Baseball. I want to thank all you guys, the fans, for tuning in and for bringing the good vibes in the live chat today. We want to give congratulations to both teams, to the runner-up Cubs, and of course to the 2026 BYB Major A Town Champion Orioles for a fantastic game of baseball and a fantastic 2026 season. The Orioles posing for one last team photo here, and that is going to put a wrap on the 2026 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A season from Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. The final score, the Orioles 15, the Cubs 6. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.